All right, we are discussing sewing equipment and tools. Along with this is a note guide. You may fill the note guide as we go and stop, pause, and continue to fill out, or you can watch the video completely and fill out the note guide when you are done. There are 2 pages to this note guide. So, number 1 is a pin cushion. It is used to hold sewing pins and needles. It is filled with sawdust to pull moisture away from pins. Here at OT, the pin cushions we now have this year are magnetic. So they are not filled with sawdust. But the reason sawdust is used is because sawdust pulls the moisture away, and moisture and metal make rust. The second one on your note guide is number 2, the emery. The emery is used to clean pins, and it's filled with little metal shavings. I do have some emery laying around the room. They look like little strawberries, just like the picture shown, and that just helps you just stick the pin or the needle in, and it helps clean the pen. Number 3 is a thimble. This is like a little metal suit of armor for your finger. It is placed on your middle finger and used to push sewing needles through fabric when sewing by hand. This is especially helpful when using sturdy, kind of difficult fabrics to work with, like denim. If you have to sew denim up sometimes, even though the point is not at the back, the sharp points where it's going through the fabric, but the end point, if you were to push that through with your finger without a thimble, can still hurt. Number 4 is small scissors. You use small scissors to clip threads and trim fabric. We do not use them to cut fabric from patterns. Okay, they are very small. This picture does not do it justice. They are about the size of your pointer finger. Number 5, sewing pins. Pins are used to pin patterns to fabric when cutting out pieces. They are also used to pin hems and seams to aid in sewing. There is always a sharp end and a ball pin on the other end, just like this photo here. Then number 6 is a sewing gauge or a seam gauge. It is a small ruler with a slide marker, the blue thing in the photo, that can be set to gauge specific measurements, okay, such as width of a seam allowance on your project. These are handy when making projects so you, for example, don't have one leg longer than the other on your pajama pants. Number 7 is the sewing needle. This is threaded with sewing thread and used to hand sew fabric. It is different from sewing pens because needles have an eye where you insert the thread, and you can see that in the photo as well. Number 8 is a tape measure. This is a narrow strip of durable plastic, often marked in inches and centimeters. These come in very handy when making pajama pants or things for our body because they lay around our body instead of on top of our body to measure accurately. Number 9 is your best friend. It's called the seam ripper. It has a hook-like point, handy for cutting and removing stitches. So if you make a mistake, this helps you to fix that. Number 10, shears. Okay, and you guys know my rule with shears. They are to be used on fabric only. Okay, so they have long blades and are very sharp. We do not cut anything but fabric with these. Okay. Tailor's chalk. This is a chalk designed to make temporary markings on clothing. You can make markings where fabric needs to be cut out or altered. Here at school, we use pencils. They work just as well. They wash out. This here in the photo kind of looks like a colored pencil, and that's exactly pretty much what it is. All right, so now your next step is to finish your notes. Okay, make sure you label each one A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever the matching. Write the definition. Then on the other page is a scavenger hunt or a brain teaser, whatever you want to call it.